Shalom Imroma Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom Imroma Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom
Nasa Shan ve'aira ve'im ruchi geviati Adonai li ve'lo'ira
Don't know now, share my life. Dead and cold, Geneva. It nights I ever had so cold. It's time to let Shimoni cry. Don't know now, share my life. Dead and cold, Geneva. It nights I ever had so cold. It's time to let Shimoni cry. It's time to let Shimoni cry. It's time to let Shimoni cry. Like a lion, a rage like a thunder. Your desire are wings that we fly on. When we unify our hearts and our soul, we rectify this moment and we lose all control. Yeah, Great Spirit, Gaia Creator, Earth Mother, our spirit surrender. Thunder breaks as our inner world shakes when we listen to the still small voice sing. I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, trust the universe is silent in the forest. Listen to the mystical chorus. Thunder breaks, open up your heart. Expand like a bubble and float and do your part. And trust the universe is silent in the forest. Listen to the mystical chorus. Thunder breaks, open up your heart. Expand like a bubble and float and do your part. Say, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, all of the angels in 7 directions reflecting of love, life, I'm feeling these blessings. Mother Moon, she makes us feel so good. Now cool down, silence, just stop. Yeah, we keep on listening to the still small voice. Silence, just stop. Yeah, we keep on listening to the still small voice. Silence, just stop. Yeah, we keep on listening to the still small voice. Silence, just stop. Yeah, we keep on. I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice sing, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, I am, you are you. When we listen to the still small voice, silence, just stop.
In the unlikely event that we miss the gathering, we'll meet at the southwest corner of the parking lot, away from the building. Thank you for your attention, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
There you go. It was like a big pause there. It was like, yes, Shabbat Shalom. Randy's ill this Shabbat, so we send Randy wishes of refuah shlema, of full healing, and thank Reed for being here and helping us out with music. So thank you, Doctor, for being here and helping us out.
There's a doctor in the house.
With all of that today. And we're going to begin on page 24 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Lechem Malachei Hasharei Chei Malchei Elyon Melech Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bochem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malchei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Join me on a little yadadai. Yadadai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai-dai, dai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai-dai, Barchuni L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malchei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Little faster now. Yada-da-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da-da. Shalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One last yadadai, yadadai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai-dai-dai.
We turn back to pages 2 and 3 in our prayer books. In a moment, we'll light, well, they're lit. We'll bless our Shabbat lights. We have, as we have had, a third candle there for those who cannot light Shabbat candles because they've been killed in October 7th or since, or because they're being held hostage and they're unable to light candles with the Jewish people on this Shabbat, and we continue to hold all of them close. So I invite you, if you're comfortable doing so, to please rise. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kineshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlikneh shel Shabbat.
You may be seated. Turn to pages 20 and 21. And as is our custom, before we enter into Lechadodi, we take a moment for Hazarat HaShavua, for a review of the week, to just pause briefly on each day, its blessings and its challenges, and then we'll come back together and welcome Shabbat with Lechadodi. Take a deep breath. Review of the week. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. If you are at home, when we all turn in the congregation at verse 9, when we rise and face the doors here to welcome the Shabbat presence and Nishama Yatera into the congregation and into our hearts, you can turn towards the doors of your home and welcome the Shabbat presence into your home as well. We continue, pages 20, 21, Lechadodi.
La 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 Lechadodi, la 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 Likrat Kala, la 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 Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat Nekabe, la 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 Lechadodi, la 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 Likrat Kala. Ya la 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 Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Shalikur Shamor Vizalchor B'dibur Echad Ishmianu El Hamyuchad Adonai Echad, Ushmo Echad, V'shem Utiferet, V'litchila, Ya la 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 Lechadodi, Ya la 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 Likrat Kala, Ya la 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 Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Likrat Shabbat Lekuven Elcha Ki Mekor HaBaracha Merosh Mikadem Nesuchan Sof Ma'aseh B'maksheva Techilah Ya la 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 Lechadodi Ya la la Likrat Kala Ya la la Penei Shabbat Penei Shabbat Nekabela Hitoreri Kiva Orech Kumi Uri Shira Beri Kevod Adonai Rayechila Ya la Lechadodi Ya la Likrat Kala Ya la Penei Shabbat Nekabela בשלום, עטרת פלה, גם בשמחה ובסולם, תוך אמונה עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, יא לה לה, יא לה 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 לחדודי, יא לה 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 לקראת כלה, יא לה 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה.
We continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, וירב קירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון יום אחד, וחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה, בגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, באמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, page 28.
Oh, am I awake? Am I aware? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Oh, am I awake? Am I aware? Yada lie, 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 yada lie, lie, lie. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 lai lai lai.
You may be seated. Last three lines in the Hebrew on page 30, El Chai V'Kayam.
El Chai V'Kayam, Tamidim L'Chaleinu L'Olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamariv, Aravi.
Amen. Page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. And we're going to pick up in the Hebrew on the other side, 6 lines from the bottom, Ki Heim Chayenu.
Ki Heim Chayenu Ve'orech Yameinu Uvahem Nege Yomam V'layla Nege Yomam V'layla Ki Heim Chayenu Ve'orech Yameinu Uvahem Nege Yomam V'layla Nege Yomam V'layla Ve'avatecha Atasim Imeinu Le'olami Baruch Ata Adonai Oevamo Yisrael.
Amen. Page 34 and 35, Shema Yisrael. If it's your custom to stand for Shema, I invite you to do so.
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkeru basitem et kol mitzvotai vitem gedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher otzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet.
Page 39, bottom of the page. Please join in the indented text. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Micha Mocha, page 40.
Kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'hakodesh, Torah tehilo, oseh feleh, balechut techara ubalecha bokei hayam, mipnei Moshe Miriam, Zeli anu v'yamu Adonai imo le'olam va'ed. Yalla la 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 la, yalla la la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
Hashkivenu, we ask for God's Sukkah of peace, Sukkah Shlomecha, to be sheltered over us and over our world, over Jerusalem. Page 42.
Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom. Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Give thanks for Shabbat, for the opportunity it gives us to take a breath, to pause, to reconnect to our deepest selves, to our community, to God. Join in singing Vishamru. Turn to page 46 for the beginning of our Amidah. I ask those who are comfortably able to do so to please rise. Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Mimoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHanorah חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו ואהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה.
Page 50. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל
אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים וחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל.
Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shemo.
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Continue with the text of your own heart or the words of the prayer book through page 62, 63. When you're seated, when you're through, you may be seated. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all built altars to God to mark permanently where God had appeared to them. But the first structure built not to commemorate, but to invite an encounter with God. The first edifice built specifically to be the focus of Israelite worship was the Mishkan, the portable tabernacle that accompanied the people through the wilderness. Details of its construction occupy more than a third of the book of Exodus, including this week's Parsha. The Mishkan lasted 40 years throughout Israel's wandering. Ultimately, it was replaced by Solomon's temple, and after the temple was destroyed, by the synagogue as the locus of God's sacred presence in all the places where the Jews lived. But the synagogue was never arrayed as God's private apartment as the tabernacle had been. Only one feature of the ancient tabernacle survives in today's synagogues: the Ner Tamid, the eternal light. The opening words of Parshat Tetzaveh read, "You shall command the people of Israel that they bring you pure beaten olive oil for the light, that a lamp may be set up to burn continually." It may be the only artifact that has remained a part of Jewish worship for 3,000 years, evolving from oil to candles to incandescent to LED bulbs. Why has light captured the imagination of Jews as a symbol of God and God's presence throughout our history? From that first desert shrine to the newest synagogue? Well, for one thing, it's a perfect symbol of a God who is real but incorporeal, right? We can't touch God, and light is there, but, right, there's no physical form to light. We cannot see light, but we see things by means of light. Light allows us to see what we might otherwise not be able to. And similarly, we cannot see God, but in all we do, all we do see, we see because of God. In Psalm 36, verse 10, it says, "By your light do we see light." We can't see God, but we can see God in action. It has been pointed out many times that the four-letter name of God, Yud He Vav He, is really a form of the verb of being, right? That it is not a noun, really, but a verb. Jewish theology has never been about what God is, but about what God does. Creating the world, freeing the enslaved, sustaining the poor, comforting the grieving. When by means of God's light we see the beauty and intricacy of our world, when we see acts of courage and nobility, when we see the sick recover, whether due to the resilience of their bodies or the marvels of modern medicine, we know that we've experienced holiness. If light makes us think of God, from the eternal light in the synagogue to the light of the sun that makes life possible, then the sun's rising every morning reminds us of the creation of God, who called everything into being by saying, Yehi Or, let there be light. The God who, in the words of our morning prayer, renews each day the act of creating the world. Light is security. It has the power to banish fear. We are afraid of the dark because we can't know what dangers may be lurking there. But all we have to do is turn on a light and we dispel those fears. God as a light is the assurance, as it says in Psalm 23, "Fear no evil, for you are with me." The dangers may indeed lurk out there, but we are not facing them alone. Light, especially the light of fire, works as a metaphor for God because fire is not an object. Fire is a process, the process of liberating the latent energy concealed in a log of wood or a lump of coal. So too, God is not a thing. God is the force that challenges the abilities hidden within us to go from potential to actual. When in Numbers 22, Balaam cannot see the angel that even his donkey can see, that is the Torah's way of telling us that he has lost all more of vision and become less than the donkey, less than the animal. The person who walks in moral darkness cannot discern the difference between right and wrong. They cannot look far enough down the road to see the consequences of their choices. And finally, light, which stands for God, also stands for our God-given intelligence. All those comic strips that you've seen, ding, right? The bright idea showing up over the head. Judaism is unique in its emphasis on study as a way of coming into God's presence. Dr. Louis Finkelstein, who taught for decades at the Jewish Theological Seminary, it's not what it used to be, used to say, when I pray, I talk to God. When I study Torah, God talks to me. To this day, the centerpiece of Jewish life is studying Torah, bringing the light of Torah into our lives. And the eternal light still shines in front of the ark of God, in front of the ark, promising us God's enduring presence. I shared with my class the other day, with my anti-Semitism class, that with all the things going on in our world, sometimes it feels very dark, right? And in some ways it is, of course. But it's also important for us to recognize the light that is out in the world, and to be a light out in the world, as it says on our wall, just above that little menorah that's shining there. It says, Nishmat Adam Ner Adonai, right? The soul of the human being is a light of the eternal. And so when we connect with one another, when we are human to one another in this world in the true and most whole way, that Ner Adonai, that light of God, also shines bright and makes our world a little bit lighter. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to turn to page 253 for our prayer for healing. Those of you at home, I invite you, if you're thinking of people, to share their names with those in the online community. And those of you here while we'll share our list, we'll also have the opportunity to share names and to certainly hold in our minds and hearts all of those in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit.
Holy One, who blessed our mothers, who blessed our fathers from ancient days, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimaleh Rachamim Aleichem, Lehachzikam Ulerapeh otam, Nishlach lahem Refuah Shlema, Refuat ha-nefesh, Refuat ha-guf, V'tov sha'ar choleh Yisrael. Oh, bless and heal our prayer as we say their names.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Tobak, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Jennifer Rudin, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Nomi Kravitz, Lori Snyder, Cherry DeRazaday, Mike Klein, Joel Beasy, Gloria Foster, Rita Warshaw, Robert Gerard, Del Harris, Brenda Found Gerard, Jan Marcus, Marla Fregoso, Al Shapiro, Jeff Nelson, Robert Waldman, Barry Gustafero, Judith Gratz DeLange, Eva Laxon, Audrey Kubel, Deborah DeLange, James Stead, Rita Elias, Stephen Gilbert, Sharon Zaki, Nell Barron, Oliver Holland, Bill Hughes, Ed Means, Stephanie Holland, Stan Stein, Virginia Guzman, Suzette Guzman, Marilyn Rudin, Claudia Phillips, Kenneth Phillips, Sandy Goon, Ron Gilman, Julie Ben Simon, Eric Baldwin, Rabbi Jules King, Faye Berdenstein, Rabbi Mel Young, and
oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their name.
So many of you, well, most of you, should have received an email from Cantor Bush and me and Gary Gilbert and Jason Moss yesterday about the Claremont City Council resolution. So there's I'm going to give a brief thing here and then send you, if you didn't get the email, we're happy to send it to you or ask somebody in the room and they can forward it to you from their phone. But the Claremont City Council has put on the agenda a ceasefire resolution for the Hamas-Israel war. They've also put onto, and that kind of goes against their long-time practice of not commenting on social or political issues that aren't local. So they've also put on the agenda a resolution that would codify their practice to not comment on social and political issues that aren't directly, that they don't have any power over, right, in the community. And that's what we, as a leadership of TBI and the Jewish Federation, are asking, that they continue, that they codify their longstanding practice and don't weigh in on a very complicated issues for which they have no expertise as local politicians. And we have asked those who are willing to do so in the email are the email addresses of the city council for people to write letters to the city council to encourage them. That is they all, as we talk to them, that's their baseline position, is they'd like to keep their current policies, but they're getting a lot of pressure from others to shift. And so they need to also have a bulwark of support by others in the community who say, stand by that as you move forward. So we're asking people to send emails. Those who want to come to the meeting, you may end up outside unless you come very early. It's a small council chamber, but then there'll probably be lots of people from different sides of this argument who will be there. And there will be extra security and stuff. Cantor Paul talked to the police chief today, and they're very aware of the situation. And you can talk to me tonight or Cantor Paul up until Tuesday. I'm leaving for Israel, so I won't actually be at that council meeting, but Paul will be there, and lots of other people, both from the community, TBI people, non-TBI people, college people, all sorts of others who will be there in different ways. Jane? Right, so the emails, right, the council meeting is Tuesday evening at 6:30. So the emails, any emails received before the council meeting will be will be forwarded to things. The earlier you get them to the council, though, the more likely that they'll have seen them prior to the meeting. They'll get scanned into the record either way, but we actually want the council people to read them. So the earlier you do that, the better. Thank you, Jane. Any other comments? Yeah, Sharon. I've spoken to all of them, and other people have spoken to them as well. There have been lots of letters, lots of things. Most of the council people respond, so there's been back and forth, and I've seen a lot of those things. Some of them are not happy that that a council member decided to put this on the agenda, but even the council member who put it on the agenda feels that the policy should be not to have these things, but that since it wasn't a policy but a practice, that we should have that conversation and make that decision. So that was sort of the broader thing. Al, and then, yeah. Well, that I said one council member who, even though they think that should be the policy, they said right now it's just a practice, and so we're going to put a resolution on the agenda for the next meeting that would either codify this practice of not commenting on these things, and this other agenda item, which we won't go to if we codify the practice. So, well, no. They put it on the agenda. The city staff actually wrote the actual resolutions. You can find them. They're linked to the email that I sent. You can read both Resolution A, which is we're going to codify our policy, and Resolution B, which is the ceasefire resolution. You can see both of those at the link that I attached or through the Claremont City Council website. Yeah. That is correct, but the discussion will sort of be combined, so there'll still be, unfortunately, ample opportunity when people get up to talk about either of them, because they're one agenda item, right? If A passes, you can't do B, but but it's not like people won't talk about B before A passes. So that becomes the more complicated piece, because just even the heated conversation can be very divisive, right, in our community. So it would be better not to have that, but that is what we're dealing with, and that will be on Tuesday. So I think that's it on that. With that, I'd like to offer a prayer for the state of Israel at this time. Avinu Shabashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smichat Geulatenu. Avinu Shabashamayim, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the beginnings of our redemption. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and your truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And we say together, Amen.
Before we go any further, I'd like to invite us all to turn to page 260 in our Siddurim. As Rabbi mentioned, he's traveling to Israel tomorrow evening, so let's offer him a tefillat haderech, a prayer upon setting forth on a journey. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. May it be your will, our God and God of our ancestors, that you lead Rabbi Kupitz in peace and help him to reach his destination safely, joyfully, and peacefully. May you protect him on his leaving and on his return and rescue him from any harm. May you bless the work of his hands, and may his deeds merit honor for you. Baruch atah Adonai, Shomer Yisrael La'ad. Praise to you, Adonai, protector of Israel.
Amen. So next Friday I won't be here, but the following Friday I will be back. And that will actually be, I think, a Women of TBI Shabbat, right? So you'll connect with him while I'm gone or when I get back. Yeah.
Sure. But Reed and I will be here along with our other Shul Band friends next Friday night. It's First Friday. It's March 1st. And we look forward to seeing either in the sanctuary or online. Please join us.
All right, Toyasha.
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you all for being here in person and online on TBI TV. Todah Rabbah to Rabbi Kupitz for leading our service in such an inspiring way, and also to Cantor Bush for providing richness in voice and music. And Reed Gratz, I'm getting excited because last time I was up here, I wrongly thanked Dr. Randy Polivoy when Reed was sitting right there. So it's an inside joke. For his lovely piano piece, and much appreciation to Sean Peterson, who handles our technology in TBI TV. I'd like to thank our ONEG hosts and also our greeters, Kylie Sykes and Heidi Howard, our lobby greeters, Phyllis Blackie and the lovely Judy Rose back there, and our driveway greeters, our security guard. After the service, we gather in the social hall for a Kiddush Motzi refreshments and conversation. Please take this opportunity to get to know someone new, which will help us continue to build our warm, personal Jewish community. Event highlights coming up this week. This is moved, but anti-Semitism with Rabbi Kupitz will be March 6th. As he mentioned, he'll be in Israel next week, so that one's been moved to March 6th and March 16th. 13th? Sorry. Wednesdays. Next, the Women of TBI Shabbat, March 8th, and Brotherhood Man of the Year, March 9th, honoring Lance Watsky. What? I got it wrong. I mean, I love Lance. Lance is awesome. He's one of my good friends. Thank you, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
I also noticed as you entered that Brotherhood has a special Brotherhood program meeting a week from this coming Sunday, March 3rd. So check that out. We'll have some info about that in the upcoming Tekiah. And I also want to just offer a mea culpa. We mentioned at the beginning of the service that Randy wasn't with us because he wasn't feeling well. So I just want to make sure that we all direct our hearts to Randy and wish him a refuah shlema, that he speedily recover from everything that ails him, and that he return to us in 2 weeks, I'm sure, by then, full of health and vigor as he always is. So, but a special thanks to Reed for coming and joining us at the last minute. We really appreciate everything you contribute to our community.
One other quick just note. You may have noticed this week or last week or many weeks when you came in addition to our security guard, that there's often a police officer in the parking lot, and depending on what time you leave here, often the police officer is still there. Sometimes they have to leave on a call when they're here and then they come back. But if you're out there and you're near the police car, just to thank them for being here is a really good thing. They don't have to be here. We're not paying them to be here. So we appreciate their presence and helping to keep our community more secure. So let them know that we appreciate them being here. We turn to page 282 for Aleinu L'Shabeach. If you're comfortable doing so, please rise.
Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon Akol Latet Gedula Leotzer Breshit Shelo Asanu Kegoye Haratso Velo Samanu Mishpechot Hadama Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam Vanachnu Korim Umishtachavim Umodim Lifnei Malach Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
Page 294. We take a moment to remember those who have been important in our lives. You may be seated, sorry. Who have been important in our lives and have left this earth. Those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. Remember the recent deaths of Bobby Kay, mother of Stacy Madrid, of William Friedman, uncle of Jane Quatcher. We remember the yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Sarah Horowitz, Joseph Kahalnik, Nematolia Lalazarian, Chaim Kaufman, Harold Morrison, Jill Norden, Abba Rayson, Shirley Roth, Henry Siegel, Mary Schultz Weiss, Martha Blumenthal, Samuel Deutsch, Marcia Gilbert, David Rosenfeld, Morton Rosenzweig, Gustav Roth, Albert Rubens, Gertrude Charloff, James Fitzgerald, Annie Madrid, Felix Aaron Norden, Dorothy Perlman, Dave Schulman, Jay Wager, Louis Hirsch, Said Kadish, Nancy King, Esther Molcho, Ruth Morris, Connie Shapiro, Dr. George Collin, Ilse Silton Tepich, Stephen Kammel, Belle Main, Jack Schulman, Samuel Sucher Dollar, and Irene Weinworm. If you're remembering somebody on the Shabbat and would like to add a name to those that have been mentioned or restate a name that's been mentioned, please feel free to do so as I come by your row. If you're online, please feel free to share with your online community. If you're in a time of mourning or observing a yortzeit on the Shabbat, I invite you to please rise. And I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise and embrace in support of those who mourn. Again, 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yahei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam olomei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dukudasha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yahei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. And we'll close 321, last stanza. Biyado.
Sorry, I had to turn on my mic there. Peyado aftiruhi, Elishan ve'alira, Erim ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira, Erim ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira.
My soul I give to you,
My soul I give to you.
my spirit in your care.
My spirit in your care.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall
Hold
not
me in your
fear.
hand.
Hold me in your hand.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Safely in your hand.
Safely in your hand.
My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Biyado afki ruchi. Biyado afki ruchi. Ve'etishan ve'aira.
My spirit in your care.
Ve'imruchi geviati. Ve'imruchi geviati. Adonai li velo ira. Adonai li velo ira. Ve'imruchi geviati. Adonai li
Your
ira. For those of you online, thank you for being with us. Shabbat Shalom. For all of
Shabbat
you here in the
Shalom.
sanctuary, please join us in the social hall for Kiddush, Motzi, refreshments. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.